For the first subject of this session, I was attempting to photograph some ants that were on the rock. Ants can be very tough subjects to photograph because they are usually always on the move and their movements can be hard to keep up with. The technique I used here was I just followed them with my camera and I just took lots of shots and hoped that I got some that were in focus. For subjects that are on the move, I highly recommend using a flash because it helps freeze the motion and ensure your images are sharp. Additionally, a flash can add some field light to your subject, making the details on the subjects more visible against the dark or uneven backgrounds found in nature photography. The next subject I found was another ant, but this one was infected by a type of Cordyceps fungus. This fungus invades the body of an ant and eventually takes control of its behavior. Once the fungus has matured, it compels the ant to climb to a prominent spot where the fungus ultimately kills the host and grows a stalk out of the ant's body to release spores. For the shot, I wanted a full body shot showing the ant with the Cordyceps fungus clearly visible. I positioned myself to get a side angle that would capture both the ant's body and the distinctive stalk emerging from it. This next subject I was photographing was a very small fly on one of the branches. I already knew if I tried grabbing the branch it was on that it would fly away as soon as I touched it, so instead I attempted to freehand the shot. Freehand shots can be really hard to pull off because you have to try and stay as still as possible, and you also have to deal with the wind constantly moving your subjects. My best advice for situations like this is to try holding your breath for short bursts for extra stability and to just take lots of shots so you have a better chance at getting a photo in focus. Here I found another infected ant, and for this one, I had two shots in mind that I wanted to take, with one being a side angle and the other being a portrait angle shot of its head and the stalk in focus. For those subjects that are very cooperative, I feel like it's very important to experiment and shoot the subject from different angles because each perspective can highlight unique features and details that might not be visible from a single viewpoint. By varying your approach, you can discover new aspects of the subject's form, texture, and relationship to its environment. Sometimes a change in angle can dramatically alter the composition and the mood of the image, providing more creative options when reviewing your shots later. This approach also increases your chances of capturing something truly special or unexpected, making your photography both more dynamic and rewarding. Here I found a subject that I see all the time but rarely ever photograph only because they are very skittish, and that subject was a dragonfly. When I first found it, I was almost certain that it was going to fly away as soon as I got closer to it with my camera, but to my surprise, it sat still the whole time, but I still didn't attempt to grab the branch because I didn't want to risk it flying away. For the main shot, I went for a side angle shot to showcase the intricate details of the dragonfly's body and wings. This wasn't the easiest shot to pull off since I had to freehand the shot again. For situations like this, when you are attempting to freehand focus stacks, the best advice I can give is to try and keep your movements as minimal as possible by bracing your elbows against your sides. Maintain a gentle but secure grip on your camera and take slow, controlled breaths to steady yourself before each shot. Here I found a fly that was infected with a type of fly death fungi, which is very similar to the infected ants that I photographed previously. Fly death fungi is a parasitic organism that invades the body of the fly, eventually taking control of its behavior, much like the Cordyceps does with the ants. Once the infection reaches a certain stage, the fungus manipulates the fly to climb to a high or exposed location where it eventually dies, and the fungus produces fruiting bodies that emerge from the fly's body to release spores and continue the cycle. Oh, this is so difficult. This is very difficult. I'm gonna do a size comparison to show you just how small of a bug this is, because this is tiny. Like, it's crazy. I really can't get the angle I want, so I'll probably just leave it alone, because yeah, I just can't get the angle I want. Usually if a bug's in a bad spot, I'll just move on to the next. Like, yeah, I don't really care for like moving a bug. I just try my best to photograph from exactly where I found them. So yeah, it's in a bad spot, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. If you're ever struggling finding bugs to photograph, my best tip is just to really slow down and really just look closely at everything, because it can be really easy to miss something. And I mean, shit, I probably missed something today so far. But yeah, just really slow down, just focus on a very small area, and just really search. Take your time and look under leaves and all that. I just found some ants on this little tree. They're pretty big, so they're pretty big, and they're not really moving too much. So I'm I'm hoping I can get some shots. I just found this reddish pinkish like blob on a branch. I have no clue what this is. I don't think it's a bug, but let me try to get a shot of it. Later I figured out what this was thanks to iNaturalist. This is a species of gall wasp, and they are known for their ability to induce the formation of galls on plants, particularly oak trees. The female gall wasp lays her eggs inside plant tissue, and as the larvae develop, they release chemicals that manipulate the plant to grow a protective structure, a gall, around them. These galls provide both food and shelter for the developing wasp larvae. If you want to find them, look for small round growths or bumps called galls on the undersides of oak leaves or on oak twigs. These galls can vary in color and texture, sometimes appearing as green or brown spears, and often have a slightly fuzzy or woody surface. I just found a tiny beetle. Damn. It literally just now flew away. Oh my gosh. Of course, man. Wow. Yeah, I guess I'm about through for today. Yeah, let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this style of video, because I really enjoyed doing this style of video, something different. I felt like it was time to just change it up, and you know, if y'all enjoy this style of videos, I'll start doing this way more often. So yeah, just let me know. But yeah, oh yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for more content like this. Got a lot more on the way.